Because the focus in this retreat will be consciousness, we should try, we should start with going into the body first, so that later you will not get energetically unbalanced, creating too much concentration in your head. We'll have to anyway, soon, in the next retreat, come back more to the body. So letting go with exhalation into your body, in combination with letting go into the Absolute. Embodying your body with pure subjectivity, you should be always in the body fully, but you are not always paying attention or consciously surrendering. But still, on the level of intrinsic recognition, you should be always in the body. So now, when you are letting go into your body, you should be able to identify whether before that you were already one with the body or not. Or whether your surrender, as you are doing now, takes you into the body from which you were disconnected. If you feel that you were not in the body before letting go consciously, it means that you will have to practice, stabilize, surrender to your body. You need to experience your body as the Absolute. Unmoving, in the state of absence, powerful and empty. letting go. The first and second exhalation. First exhalation ends in your solar plexus, and then you let go even deeper with the second exhalation. You are letting go into the absolute, and you are letting go into your body. These two movements become one. And what completes these two movements is letting go of yourself. Meaning the one who is letting go has to let go of himself. pay attention to your body on the muscular level, and particularly your torso, and feel which part of your body resists letting go. And from that place, let go deeper. If this does not help, instead of letting go from that place, for instance, solar plexus, it's a common area of resistance, surrender to the solar plexus, surrender to that energetic resistance or block, letting go fully, so that you merge with this fully. And this should allow that energy or emotion to dissolve. It's always happening in the space of absolute acceptance. You don't want to force any change. Rather, you want to simply tune in to complete surrender. So you are letting go with exhalation. First, the physical one, and then the purely energetic one, the second exhalation. This is very helpful. But as you mature in your practice, you want to emphasize more surrender without support, while you put yourself in the state of pure letting go, to which we refer sometimes as free fall. In that free fall, you are not actively letting go into anything. You are only letting go of yourself. That is how that self in you, which exists in your body and your mind, is holding onto itself. And the reason for that is that the basic design of the state of separation, how that individual develops in In the space of creation, where everything is outside of him, he has to survive. It's not merely physical survival, it is the maintenance of the sense of self. That is obviously happening totally unconsciously. Then this maintenance of the sense of self, which is responsible for that holding in your body, becomes magnified through fear. Because that body lives in fear. It was born into fear. So underneath there is this primal emotion of fear that is responsible for the underlying deep stress. The body is in stress. Physical body, emotional body, they're all in stress. So letting go is, from the standpoint of fear, is an act of courage, that I don't have to maintain myself, I don't have to hold onto myself in order to exist. Nothing will happen to me, I will not perish. In fact, the opposite, I will heal. That pure letting go without support is not easy. And first the ground has to be prepared. That's why we are first letting go with exhalation. To come to the deepest place in us of surrender, which is not yet pure surrender, but it is quite deep. And then we can begin letting go without support, free fall, where we actually not maintain ourselves, where we can fully release that tension of separation in our body. Initially, you can practice it in combining with exhalation. You're letting go with first exhalation, second exhalation. And when that movement of falling, energetic movement stops, then you put yourself in the state of free fall. This is how you can learn what it is. then it is also possible to combine letting go with exhalation and free fall. And what it means is that you are indeed letting go with exhalation, falling down. But there's a part of you which is letting go in a pure way through free fall. It's actually quite important because breathing is an important part of our existence. Even though it's commonly done unconsciously and incorrectly. So even when your body reaches the absolute fully, naturally you are still now and then letting go with exhalation when you are conscious of it. But in this case, exhalation does not take you to pure surrender, because you are already in pure surrender, or you should be. So on the level of your soul, you are in pure surrender, in that free fall, but on the level of your relative energies, there's a still detectable movement of falling down. How can you recognize if you have reached the deepest place in your surrender? One of the ways to recognize it is that you simply cannot deepen it. There's no movement anymore from the shallower waters to deeper waters of surrender. You are in the absolute state. And being in the absolute state means that you are in the absolute on the level of your soul and energy, but it also means here that your physical body is in the absolute. And this means that you as consciousness are in the absolute through the body and as the body. So it is something that you need to perfect, this surrender, and it should be always part of your practice. And you need to keep checking if it is stabilized, or you are losing your surrender, you are drifting away from your body and from the Absolute. It is a beautiful practice, and it is simple practice, but the end result is very profound. And even though it is a simple practice, it is still a very deep work that needs to be done of surrender.